Hello, Funny Junk in YouTube. Let me get over here. Okay. Today, we're going to be taking this already kind of roughly Kiridashi shaped by accident piece of 1095, and we're going to draw it out into a much longer Kiridashi with a sleeker profile and some texturing and stuff on it, because I am really getting into Japanese forging recently, so thought this might make for a good challenge build. Plus, this will be a useful tool for making other Japanese style things. It'll allow me to mark out the inner perimeters for the scabbards or sayas of tantos, wakizashis, and katanas. So, as well as other things like the handle or suka. Yeah, learning that stuff. First things first, I'm going to draw it out to its rough shape. They're not too big, so it doesn't have to be exceptionally long, but I'm shooting for like maybe 7-ish inches or so. Then we'll move on to the texturing, and then the beveling, and then heat treatment. Goody. Which I am going to attempt to hum on. We'll see how this goes. It'll be a simple hum on. 1095 does not do an especially active or complex hum on anyway, but should look good. Should look good if I can pull it off. We'll see. Okay. I am going to normalize it a few times, and then I'm going to go grind in most of the bevel, and then we'll apply the hamon and stuff and do the heat treat. Alright. Well, my phone decided to just die. So I applied the clay. See, there we go. Right here. And I put a spot right there. And then on the other side, I attempted to mimic that as closely as I could so that it would get like even hardness and whatnot. And if you can tell by the way that it oxidized, I believe that should work. It should have a hamon, but I'm about to begin grinding it and we'll see how that goes. Sorry that I couldn't get the heat treatment. Like, I would have gone in, charged my phone, and waited a little while to do it, and then applied the clay and stuff on camera. But it was getting really cold and really late, and I needed to get this done, so yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, and this is tempered. Now you can tell by the color on it, but I did. Since it's a Kiridashi and I want it to be a little bit harder, I did one cycle at 400 degrees. And I held it there for an hour, and then I just took it out and I let it cool to room temperature slowly, so yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get grinding this, and it'll be sharp. Still got a bit of thickness to it. And then I'm going to begin polishing and hopefully reveal a hamon. Hopefully. We'll see. Here's where we're at. I cleaned off all the oxidation, and I got it real straight. It's not got an edge on it. It's just barely not got an edge on it. Didn't really bevel this side. It's still a single bevel. I just kind of flattened that out so that it would, you know, reach an even edge. But yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside and I'm going to use my new stone sharpening kit system thing that I got for Christmas. I'm surprised at this level of polish, quote unquote polish, that there's no visual indicator yet, so that seems kind of Also, you probably see these little like shadows right there. Those are marks from the wire brush, so that part's not a hamon either, so I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I'll go do that. Alright, so just a fast one-handed rundown of how this works before I get started. The angle, let's see, I'll zoom out a little bit. The angle is fixed with this, and you go like that with it. This is a 120 grit stone because I still have a bit of material to remove. You kind of balance it on this and use the backing plate to get your angle, and you know, then just sharpen it that way. I have some water with a little bit of soap in it, and I have an assortment of stones that go like 120, 220, 400, 600, 1000, and then I have these plates that have tape on them that are 2 and 3000 grit, and a 3000 grit edge, if I can get it to show up decently, is very mirrory. This is my everyday carry knife. It's a Kaiser sheepdog, and it's a great knife. But yeah, I am going to start with 120 and then move up. Probably 600 or 1000 grit is where I'll stop with this, because it doesn't need to be like ridiculously sharp. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, well, it wouldn't be a challenge build without some challenges, right? So the 120 grit stone, like you can kind of see, like I would say, sort of started to polish that, but as far as actually removing material goes, it was really slow, and I didn't want to just wear out my stone, so I figure we'll go back to the sandpaper method for this. I guess that system really, I mean, it's marketed as a edge sharpening tool, so it's good for your like secondary bevels, but not so much like, you know, a full-blown flat grind like that, I would say. Or maybe it can do it, but I mean, it would take freaking forever, so I'm just gonna hit this with the grinder for just a second to get that a little bit closer, and then we'll probably go to hand sanding from there with the you know, old Windex and whatnot, tried and true blade makers type deal. So I decided to try a different method. This way I have some sandpaper. This is just 150 grit, kind of folded over this steel bar, and the steel bar is pretty flat. Like I don't think it's completely flat, but it's pretty flat. And I have that clamped down, and I put some Windex down, and then kind of polish this way. So I'm gonna do this for a few more grits and whatnot, and then we'll be done. Alright, so after some hand sanding, I've taken it to 600 grit, and it is really, really pretty. No hamon though, sadly. By 600 grit, you should be able to see if there's a hamon or not, and the fact that I'm not seeing any indicator of one means it just didn't happen this time, so I don't know. That sucks, but it's pretty, I think. It's got that rough and refined look. I love that glittery effect. I think y'all can see it. I swear, there's something magical about steel, in my opinion. But let's see how it cuts. Alright, so I'm gonna mark out something. Let's see. What am I gonna mark out? Just... Hey, it does what it's supposed to. A very, very simple tool. It's just supposed to create your initial lines, and then you could go in with a chisel, I believe, if I understand how they're supposed to be used, and then like scrape out that. So just a almost like a pencil, but you know, to start your chisel line, if I understand how they're used correctly. They may have other applications, but cross different grains. Yeah, I think it does well. Nice. I will definitely be using this for future Japanesey projects. Well, okay, all things considered, I think it turned out alright. It's not quite as long, and it's not the exact same shape as the one that I had drawn out, but, you know, with these challenge builds, I'm more versed in stock removal, or just better at it, maybe, than I am with forging. So, I didn't calculate my stock amount correctly, so we ended up with slightly different shape and not quite as long. But, hey, that's not too bad. It is still definitely a Kiridashi. Oh, it's so pretty. But yeah, okay. Time to go edit this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you didn't like it, dislike it. That would kind of suck. So, and yeah, this has been my challenge build. I do these every other month, and we'll occasionally do content in between these, like if I'm working on extra stuff. But with work That is sometimes not always the case. Thank you guys for watching.